She's back. I have a mic now. I realized that I needed like a actual setup, so we'll be investing in that. Put yourself first. I know that it's hard to kind of put yourself first in certain situations because some people are so used to putting people above them and placing them on this pedestal because they want that validation from that person. And let me tell you guys, that is not the way to go, because I used to do that, and I used to do that a lot, and it made me feel guilty and it made me feel bad about myself, and I was always wondering why I felt some type of way, because I realized that I'm not putting my needs before these people, and in the long run these people could be shitty at the end, and they could really not be in your best interest. People sometimes will make you feel guilty for not like coming somewhere, and they will try to manipulate you and make you feel bad for not being that friend. But let me tell you guys, if that friend is doing that, that is not your friend. A friend is supposed to respect your boundaries and respect you as you putting yourself above anything else. You need to find some boundaries. You need to lay some boundaries within your life, because if you don't have any boundaries, anybody can mess over you, and you will feel guilty for not doing what you said you would do. If I used to have shitty friends, I did, a group of them actually, always put them before me. Like even the times where I didn't have any money, I will spend money on them. I will make them comfortable. I make them happy just to have a friend. And in the long run, they fucked me over. And that is something that hurts really bad, because I never gotten the chance to use that money or use me by putting myself above them and realizing like, hey, you really don't need them friends. You really don't need them shitty people in your life, because they can't even respect the little bits of what you're giving to them. And it always tells you a lot about that person. That person could be narcissistic to the point where they feel like they need all your energy. They need you to be in that placement, because if you don't be in that placement, they can't do anything else. You don't keep yourself before anything. How will you get anything done? How can you make yourself feel better? How can you just find yourself and truly just have self-discovery if you're willing to put everybody's needs above yours? Figure yourself out in this life, and the last thing you ever want to do is just not figure out yourself because you want somebody to figure out you. You want to be heard. You want to be felt understood. And let me tell you that understanding comes from yourself first before anybody else can understand you. Put yourself first. If you feel like you need to get that project done today, you do that. That should be the head of your goal. That should be something that you do. And I know I haven't made no videos in a minute, but here is me putting myself, before anything, to make this video out for you guys. Some people, they want to discover themselves. They want to figure out their hobbies. They want to figure out this and that and etc. But you're too busy trying to understand how this person, you're being the therapist friend. And being a therapist friend is so shit, because who is going to be your therapist? And I know you can be your own therapist, but at the end of the day, you have to be heard. At the end of the day, that therapist friend has to be heard. So if people calling you and hitting you up, telling you about this and that and the third, and you really ain't got time for it, but you steady sit there and answer the phone, you need to place a boundary in your life. This page, I always just tell people, I turn my experience into advice, and advice can help people out there and turn that into wisdom, so people won't fuck around and find out, and I fucked around and find out a lot. So it's just really, really important to discover yourself first. Try not to judge yourself too hard. Try not to feel bad, feel too guilty about putting yourself first. Yourself always supposed to come first before anybody else's emotions. It's you against the world at the end of the day. Mostly females are raised to feel like that they need to put people ahead of them and first before putting themselves first, because they feel like as if they're a good person. No, you're not a good person. If you're not taking care of your self needs, then how can you take care of somebody else better? Once you come to the realization of choosing yourself and putting yourself above, people are literally going to get mad because you are actually understanding your value. And some people that are, shitty and make you and gaslight you and manipulate you just to, not put yourself first. Take that they benefit off of that because you don't know, you're oblivious to, you know, your value, yes, to who you are and what you can do in your hobbies. Like most of these people out here, you're a lot talented. So if you choose to put yourself first, you're gonna get a lot of hate. People who are starting gonna move funny, act funny. But just know that once they start acting like that, you're doing something right. And once you see that light within you, then you can actually see the value within you, and you'll realize, hey, I don't need to do this for you. I don't need